Welcome back to the Sawdust Maker, and this is part 3 of the slot mortiser. Now if you'll remember from the last two videos, we had this is the beginning, which is the lower wedge, and we made this part here the upper wedge. Today we'll be making this part right here, which will kind of go right here. Of course, this is not the full scale of it, but I have drawn them out on this piece of board. I don't know if you can see it on here through the video, but I've got it marked out, and I'm going to be starting to cut this out first thing. Okay, I don't know if you can see this design, but I've got one here and I've got one here of the sides that I'm going to be making. Since I've got it cut out like, or drawn out like this, I'm going to have to take my bandsaw and make a cut through here so I can eventually make these cuts straight. So I'm going to get started. Alright, now I've got a little part here that I need to cut off straight, and a longer part here that I'll cut out straight, and then I'll probably have to go back to the bandsaw to cut this part right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, this is really the overall shape of the piece that I'm going to cut, but I made a mistake with this one. One, I got a little bit close in here. I messed up the edge here, and the worst thing was I overcut here. So what I did was I started on another piece, and on my table saw I raised my blade up as tall as it would go, and then marked the edge on my miter sled so that I'd know when to stop cutting with the blade. So now I'm ready to cut out the angle piece here for the ones that are cut correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Alright, this is the completion of part 3, section 3. As you can see here, we've got the two sides and the front piece here with the slot in it. I also put a 15-degree cut along here, which I'll show you the reason why in just a moment. I had to change this section just a little bit, which I'll show on the plans. But I had to shorten it a little bit as it meets up right here. And as you can see, I have the 15-degree cut, so it slides right in there nicely. Now this is from part 2, which I'm now going to slide on here. And that is the completed unit right there. As you can see, it pushes up and comes down. Pushes up, slides down. So this will end part 3. I have a little bit of a surprise here at the end of part 3. I want to make an introduction for you. I introduce the kid's sawdust maker. Come on in.
Hello, this is my favorite invention I've made, and I will make a video on it, but he's going to have to help a little bit. So I'm going to be doing this for kids a lot, and alright, sign in.